Here we just define the simplest aim to write a MATLAB program for illustrating the effect of decimation, which is also called up by the name downsampling process, and this effect we have to analyze and visualize in the frequency domain here. So for accomplishment of this particular task, let us switch to the MATLAB environment here. So now as we have to deal into the frequency domain, here let us define one variable called FREQ to represent the frequency, and that we define with the set the values as inside the square bracket 0, then 0.42, then 0.48, then 1 here. So coming out of the square bracket ending with the help of semicolon, we are going to define another variable that is supposed to hold up the magnitude details here. So in the square bracket here we have the values 0 space 1 space 0 and again 0 here. Coming out of the bracket ending with the help of semicolon. Now we are generating the variable x here. So generation of the variable x, it is basically the filtered representation design of the filter. So that we are going to make by the use of the MATLAB syntax FIR2 here, and inside here we provide the input arguments as 101 comma FREQ that just now we have defined, and MAG that is also defined above here. So FIR2 is the new MATLAB syntax for you people. So more details here I can provide you on the command window, just mentioning help FREQ here. So here you see the FIR2, here it is the syntax B is equal to FIR2 with the 3 input arguments N, F and A. So this syntax is designing the nth order linear phase FIR digital filter with the frequency response specified by the vectors F and A. So instead of F I am making the use of FREQ, instead of A I am making the use of MAG here, and this is returning the filter coefficients of the length as we are providing n. So the length it will be n plus 1 for the vector B here. So in our current programming the output is held up by the variable x here. Now we go next to this. So this is just the signal we are generating with the help of the filter here, and now we want to have the evaluation and further plot of the spectrum of input discrete time sequence here. So that we just mention for modularization purpose, evaluate and plot the spectrum of input discrete time sequence here. So here we are going to make the use as it was done into the case of the interpolation. We are obtaining the two variables as the output, capital X small z comma small w here, that is obtained as a result of making the use of FREQ z as the MATLAB syntax here. So the input arguments are here the x, the signal here, comma 1 comma 512 here we can provide as the input here. Now you see FREQZ, this is the MATLAB syntax we have already utilized in the previous programming here. So thereupon this is the MATLAB syntax to generate the response of the filter into the frequency domain. So here we just see the more details. So here you see this is just for digital filter frequency response, and this is what the syntax we are following, that returns the n-point complex frequency response of the vector h and the n-point frequency vector w in radians per sample of the filter, and this is the filter definition here. Now here we are making the use of it, and now as this is just the evaluation and further plotting purpose, we have to make the use of the separate MATLAB window with the help of the figure as a keyword, and for plotting into that MATLAB window we make the use of plot command. The input arguments are w divided by the constant pi, comma, here we have another input argument, that it is the absolute value of capital X small z that we have obtained in the above step here, and we want this particular plot in the grid form here. Now there should be nomenclature to the axis, and also a title should be provided here. So for horizontal axis we can write X label. So thereupon the labeling will be with the help of the symbolic notations of the constants here. So inside the parenthesis and a pair of single quotes inside, I just mentioned it to be omega divided by, here we have the constant pi here, coming out of the bracket and ending with the help of semicolon. Now we try to nomenclature the another axis, the vertical axis, with the help of the MATLAB syntax Y label, and there I write magnitude. So ending with the help of semicolon. And now after this particular display of the input here, we are left with the title here. So title here we mention, so as we are into the frequency domain, so this is just the spectrum of input sequence that is to be decimated here. So ending with the help of semicolon here. We are taking a pause, and after this pause we shall be visualizing the effect of decimation on this particular spectrum here. So for this purpose we require first of all the decimated signal to be generated. We have just generated the input signal here. So now let us accept certain value to be the decimation factor of the integer type here, that we can accept from the command prompt from the user here. So for that purpose we are going to make the use of input command here, and inside a pair of parentheses and a pair of single quotes inside, we are printing the message to enter the decimation factor here, space equal to sign, ending with the help of semicolon here. And now here we are required to formulate the output signal which is decimated by using the input signal X here. So inside the bracket here I am just formulating it to start at the first sample, then with the specific interval of capital M we have to reach up to the length of the sequence X here, ending with the help of semicolon. So here it is, we have comment line to modularize this much of the part here. This is the generation of decimated sequence. So now after this much we are going to have first of all the evaluation and the display of the plots here. So I just write here evaluate and plot the output spectrum. So for that purpose here we are again going to make the use of FREQZ to see the filter response here, that is providing us the two variables capital Y small z and small w here, and here the assignment will be there made possible by the use of FREQZ, the syntax for the filter response. The input arguments will be the variable y holding the decimated signal, comma 1, comma 512 here we can provide. Next to that, in the separate MATLAB window we are just displaying the things for this output spectrum here. So it is with the help of the plot command inside there I provide the input arguments of w by pi, comma, the absolute of, here it is capital Y small z here, ending with the help of semicolon, and getting the display in the grid form here. Now it's part to have naming the two axes here. So for horizontal axis, here if we write, it is for horizontal axis it is omega by pi, so slash omega divided by slash pi, it will be the notation, symbolic notation. And for the vertical axis, that is y label here we specify the name as magnitude here, and then there should be a title. So the title, it is, here we write the spectrum of decimated sequence here, ending with the help of semicolon here. So this is the complete script to show you the effect of decimation in frequency domain. I just initially first of all save the script here. As this is the 8th topic from 2nd chapter, I just mentioned the name as program 2_8. So .m will be the file extension. I save it here. You can see the program 2_8, the file has been generated into the current folder, and now the label of the editor window has also got changed here. So we have saved the program. Let us run this particular script. So you see here, there it is, one MATLAB figure that has been popped up, and as I maximize this, you can see the one lobe here. This is basically the plot of magnitude versus omega by pi in the frequency domain. Omega is the angular frequency, and the title here we have mentioned to be spectrum of the input sequence here. So I just get back it to the original view here, and you see the status below, press any key. So while having this window displayed, let us press any key. Now it is taking us to the command window where it is having a message to enter the decimation factor. So let us say first of all put the decimation factor to be equal to 1. So we know that with putting the decimation factor equal to 1, the decimation process will not be actually operating. It will be generating the same input sequence that we have provided. So hitting enter, you find another MATLAB window with figure 2 as the caption label here, and I just get back to the earlier MATLAB window. So side by side here we visualize here. On the left hand side, it was the earlier MATLAB window showing you the spectrum of the input sequence. You see the shape, and the same shape you see here that has been plotted into the second MATLAB window with the title the spectrum of the decimated sequence. As I have provided the decimation factor is equal to 1, this is the same plot in the frequency domain you find. You can check into the workspace the variables, the various variables. Here we have capital M is the decimation factor with the value 1 that we have entered from the command window here. Now let us run the script once again. Now the figure 1 has been popped up here, so it will be the input spectrum, it will be the same here. Now as I hit any key, it is taking to the command window here. If this time now I provide the decimation factor to be equal to the value 2, now it is generating the figure 2 here in the MATLAB. So now you see we have the two windows to compare. The left hand side we have the spectrum of input sequence, and now the spectrum of decimated sequence. Now you see, because of the decimation factor that you can see in the workspace, M is equal to 2, these two windows, there it is a difference here. See, the lobe has got shifted to the right hand side because of the increased decimation factor here. I just close these two windows, I run it again. We have the input spectrum, then hitting any key here, it is asking the decimation factor. Let us increase the decimation factor to the value 3. Hitting enter, you are getting this kind of shape for the output spectrum here, whereas this is the input. Now you see the change, it has again got shifted to the right hand side here. Now closing it, again running this particular program, we are having the input spectrum displayed. Pressing any key, now increasing the decimation factor by one more, so it is equal to 4. Hitting enter, you are getting another form here. So the corresponding changes you can notice while I increase the decimation factor in this command window here. The differences you can notice as we compare to the input spectrum here. And lastly, I will try to run it. This is the input sequence spectrum, and now the decimation factor is equal to 5. So here we get the output, and here it is the corresponding input here. So this was our topic, that effect of the decimation into the frequency domain can be studied by varying the decimation factor, the integer value, from the command window here.